Yeah,
So
something else, Jose, you got to go to a press screening recently for
I did.
Lucy and Desi, which
Yep.
is basically, and I want to do something different for this review, so for the folks out there, because Being the Ricardos also like just came out like at the end of last year, and so like Lucy and Desi, we're in like an I Love Lucy phase right now here for some reason, and we got this new documentary, Lucy and Desi. So it's very interesting to have these two properties here, pretty much telling a lot of the same story. So
Hmm.
I wanted to know, kind of a compare and contrast from you of the two, because
Okay.
you've seen them both.
Yeah. So being the Ricardos is more of a specific time
Right.
from a snippet of the documentary from Lucy and Desi.
Uh.
So being the Ricardos is more of an actual movie. There is still, it's got documentary bits in it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
more of like a movie explaining what happened during that time period that was very complicated. Whereas Lucy and Desi actually like went back through, what Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz were actually thinking at the time. Like they
Mm-hmm.
actually went through like tapes
Oh wow.
way back when, during the entire recording of I Love Lucy and everything that happened from when they first met to the eventual end of it all,
Yeah.
which I really enjoyed. And watching, being the Ricardos first and then watching this Lucy and Desi documentary was really nice because you got to actually like hear their experiences and what
Mm-hmm.
was going through their mind and stuff, and being able to see their their life through this documentary and the experiences they went through was nice. And it had the whole and the entire audience laughing the entire time because there's a lot of comedic bits in there, and
Mm-hmm.
the standing ovation and at the end was
Oh
incredible. I mean,
nice.
there was parts in there that made that had me in tears. Other times where I was
Oh
laughing,
wow.
it had me in a lot of different emotions, and I really
Wow.
really enjoyed watching that this Lucy and Desi documentary movie. It was
That good of
really
a doc, huh? They got that.
it was different. It was a doc I've never really seen before, and I
Okay.
really really enjoyed because obviously it's from a time way back before I
Right.
was even born, like before my parents were even born too. So like it was really nice because it was basically all in black and white too, which I really did enjoy because
Yeah.
it's a doc. It was a different experience that
Right.
I've never gone to a theater and watched a doc before,
Oh okay.
which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really 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 enjoyed it, and the audience, the rest of the people there really did enjoy it as well. So
Yeah. This is Doc, directed by Amy Poehler, who I believe
Amy
she's already
Poehler.
said she draws on in real life. Lucille Ball is like one of her influences, in comedy, and so like
It's
you
just
can
yeah,
kind of see
it's
it.
like what Lucille Ball did back in her time, like something that women really never did before,
Mm-hmm.
was phenomenal. Honestly, I hats down to Lucille Ball with doing what she did, and Desi as well. I mean, he went through so many ups and downs. I
Oh
feel
yeah.
for the guy. I mean, being a Latino myself, coming especially for him coming from Cuba, a very socialist place, very divided and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean, he was the refugee. I mean, he literally had to leave Cuba because
Right.
of what was happening in Cuba at the time. He didn't want to leave Cuba, but he had to because of what was going on. So to go from
Scarface.
from going from the wealth that he and the easy life that he lived
Yeah.
to the US, where he had to start from scratch. He didn't have any money. He was dirt poor.
Yeah.
And so to do what he did in the situation that he was in
Right.
is phenomenal. Honestly, it's hats down to him, and he did it right.
Yeah, so I will ask because I've seen a good chunk of Being the Ricardos now. I haven't finished it
Right.
yet, but I've seen a big chunk of it, enough to say Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem
Javier Bardem.
knock
Yeah.
it out of the park. And so I'm wondering, like, you seeing this like archival footage of them in real life, does it help you appreciate their performances and Being the
Oh,
Ricardos a lot more?
honestly, like they couldn't be any more similar
Yeah,
to the actual to the actual Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. Like
yeah,
they were phenomenal. They were on point. Honestly, couldn't have been any more to the point with being the Ricardos and this Lucy and Desi doc. I Hands down to the honestly, Javier Bardem was phenomenal. Nicole Kidman as well, phenomenal. It was very on point and precise, and I really really did enjoy
Which one would
their
you rather watch
performances.
again if you had to pick?
Mm. Probably Lucy and Desi, the doc
Wow,
that I just watched. Honestly, because
I
I think
believe
it's
you.
because the fact that Lucy and Desi, this doc was from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
I got to see, you know, what
True.
was actually going through their mind and the experiences that they lived through. Whereas being the Ricardos was just for like one specific, it was for that week, that one
Right.
week that was like chaotic as hell.
Mhm.
So this Lucy and Desi doc showed me a time period that I obviously never lived through and couldn't really know how it was. But being able to watch this doc, I feel what they went through more now.
Yeah.
So I really did appreciate this documentary a lot.
Yeah. Dude, I'm looking forward to it, honestly. So I thank you for going
Whenever
to see
whenever it
that.
does, whenever it does come out.
Yeah. No, really, yeah, because I don't even think we have an official release on it yet.
No,
you got
we
it
don't
fairly
have one
early
yet.
to this. So yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, glad you got to go and watch it, and glad we were able to
I think the
sit down.
standing ovation says it all, honestly. Like, in the entire theater was laughing. I mean, had me in tears for certain scenes and feel for them. So it was definitely a different experience that I've never been through before, and I really did enjoy it a lot. So
Cool, sweet, and
I was gonna say I'd give it a must watch, honestly. Awesome. If you're a fan of I Love Lucy, if you've seen it, if you haven't, I mean, watch the movie Being the Ricardos and then go watch Lucy and Desi. Or if you're a fan of I Love Lucy, go and watch this doc, because I think you'll really enjoy it. You'll understand more what they went through in the process of filming everything. Funny story. There was a couple women who actually went dressed for the occasion.
Oh, really?
to this doc. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Which I actually found really interesting and really cool. Yeah, respect to them.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, definitely give it a must watch. It's a phenomenal doc, and I recommend everyone to go watch this. It was a really good doc.
Yeah, dude, and that's the great thing about documentaries, is if you're a fan of the subject that it's about, you're probably gonna like it anyway. But
exactly.
Like, if you're not a fan of the subject it's about, a great documentary can make you a fan or make you appreciate the
That's what I mean. Like, after watching that doc, I want to now go back and watch I Love Lucy,
because I'm not a big I Love Lucy fan. You know, like, I haven't
seen a single episode of I Love Lucy, but now after watching that doc, I want to go back and watch every single episode of every season.
Age again.
Of I Love, exactly. Look. But after watching that doc, I definitely want to go back and watch the whole thing through.
That's awesome.
Honestly.
That's awesome. Honestly, probably couldn't ask for better. That means they did their part as a documentary.